And you've said before that you're not anti-banker. You're just anti-bad banker. What makes a banker bad in your experience?
So there's two things that make a banker bad. There's the do-nothing bankers, which is, you'd be surprised how often that does happen. And it can happen in the sense that, yes, bankers get all or the vast majority of their fees by virtue of there being a transaction, but it doesn't mean they necessarily have to do anything for a transaction to happen. So I have definitely seen situations where bankers get signed on, they send out some emails and they just kind of sit around because they're not incentivized enough to do anything different. And that goes with the second part, the bad bankers, is the terms under which the banker gets signed on, which in themselves can disincentivize a banker from doing as much work as you would want them to do.
Let's get into that, because I want to talk about like actually looking at the LOI you get from the potential buyer, but the terms with the bank. How, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's probably also a good time to bring in your lawyer ahead of time to help with that too.
Yeah, you do not want to sign. And I have never seen an investment banker engagement letter that I have not wanted to mark up materially.
Because a lot of people will hire the attorney when it's time to sign an LOI, but they'll have already signed the engagement letter with the bank.
Yeah, they think they're non-negotiable. They are negotiable. They are negotiable.
Yeah, PSA to everybody. They are negotiable.
Maybe you shouldn't sign it, or at least know what you're getting into. CFOs should definitely know what they're getting into with this, because it can have huge consequences. And again, two ways. One is this incentivizing kind of way that I was talking about before. So what deals does the investment banker get a percentage on? They're going to get some percentage of something, and we'll get into that something second. But what deals? Is it deals that any deal the company does in a certain period of time? Is it ones where there's certain introductions or the like that are made, or some material help that the investment banker provides? If it's the former, if it's any deal while this engagement letter is in effect, if that triggers a success fee, then why does the banker have to do anything? And let me tell you, that is very commonly what they'll ask for. Are we carving out relationships that the company already has, or no? If we're not, and the company has some potential partners or vendors, customers that it might want to sell to, and the relationship's already there, do you really want the banker getting fees for that? I mean, maybe if they can play some role, but not necessarily. And then how you can terminate and what happens when you terminate, because most bankers are going to want some tail period post termination where they still get the success fee. That's okay. I've seen bankers ask for a 2-year tail period. I mean, that's insane. And then it's not just how long it is, but what does it apply to? Does it apply to any sale during that period of time? Does it apply to only a certain set of potential buyers? I've seen bankers do things where they just blanket send out emails to like 100 different companies, and then they put that on a list and they say, these are the ones that I'm entitled to success fee for. But that's absurd. I mean, anybody can send out some cold emails.
Run the Numbers is a mostly LLC production. Yelling an intro by Fat Joe. Artwork by some AI thingamajig. Podcast and video editing is done by Cleancast at cleancast.io. Nothing said on this podcast is intended to be business or investment advice. It's the sole opinion of me, a guy who feeds his dog too much ice cream and has a history of net operating losses, LOL. If you like this podcast, please hit subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And also check out mostlymetrics.com. That's my newsletter where I explore business models and financial metrics. Thanks for riding with me. Share this with your friends. Peace.